The coffee cools in my hands, the warmth seeping into my palms until it matches my skin. I notice the moment it happens, the exact second the cup stops feeling like something borrowed and starts feeling like me. Across the table, he talks about his day. His words form a steady, distant stream. Not rushing, not slow. Familiar, safe. I nod at the right places, track the rise and fall of his voice like a tide chart I've memorized. I watch his mouth move. I trace the small line that appears between his eyebrows when he's explaining something he finds mildly frustrating. A coworker, a delayed meeting, the printer that jammed again. Ordinary things, the kind of things couples share to prove they are still orbiting the same center. A pause arrives naturally, not abrupt, not intentional, an invitation floating in the steam between us. My own small story rises then, about the woman at the bus stop this morning, how she wore a bright yellow coat that looked like it had wandered out of a different season, about a cloud shaped like a question mark that hovered just long enough for me to notice before dissolving into nothing. These are small offerings, weightless things, harmless. I feel the shape of the first word at the back of my tongue, and then I let it dissolve, like sugar in a lukewarm cup. I smile instead, a soft, closed-lipped curve I have perfected over time. The silence that fills my unspoken space is not empty. It is furnished. It is a room I know how to inhabit without knocking anything over. I have practiced this until it is seamless, until no one notices the absence, until even I forget there was ever something meant to be said. Silence did not arrive suddenly in my life. It did not crash through the door or announce itself. It seeped in through the weather inside other rooms. I learned it first by listening, the charged air before a door slammed, the brittle quiet that meant this appointment was gathering momentum, the specific tone adults used when they were trying very hard not to be angry yet. I learned that words were sparks, and I decided early on that I would not be the flint. In the back seat of the car, while voices sharpened in the front, I watched the dashed white lines on the highway slide beneath us. I counted them. 1, 2, 3. A rhythm that smoothed everything else out. If I stayed quiet enough, still enough, the tension seemed to pass over me like bad weather. Not gone, but redirected. Not speaking became a blanket I could pull over my head. It made me small, and small things, I learned, were often overlooked. Silence was a clear, cool glass between me and the shouting. It was the hush after a held breath, when the thing you feared moved past without touching you. I mistook that relief for safety. I mistook survival for peace. Inside the quiet, I built a cottage. It had thick walls and narrow windows. Nothing loud could get in, nothing sharp. I told myself this was wisdom, maturity, strength. Years later, when the diagnosis arrived, it felt almost familiar. The paper was heavier than it looked. I read the words carefully, the clinical phrasing, the neat certainty of ink on white. I folded the sheet into quarters, precise and tidy, and slid it back into the envelope. My partner's face shifted as he read it too. Shock first, then fear. His eyes searched mine for a landmark, something to orient himself by. "Are you okay?" he asked. His hand rested on my shoulder. I noticed the warmth of it, the weight. I noticed everything except what I was supposed to feel. And I was okay. Terribly, utterly okay. Inside me was a calm lake on a windless day. No tears pressed forward. No panic tightened my chest. Instead, a checklist appeared. Appointments, phone calls, logistics. I thought, this is what we must do next. Later, alone, I waited for the feeling to arrive, like a delayed train. I stood under the shower and listened for it beneath the rush of water. I searched for it in the quiet of the bathroom, in the mirror fogged with steam. but there was only the steady hum of nothing, a hollow where the earthquake should have been. I told myself this was resilience, but resilience usually leaves fingerprints. This left nothing. After that, silence stopped being something I used. It became something I lived inside. He began filling the spaces I left behind. Music played while we cooked. Podcasts murmured in the background. Our conversations narrowed into factual exchanges, groceries, bills, schedules. We communicated efficiently, cleanly, like colleagues managing a shared project. One afternoon, he dropped a dish, blue porcelain, one we both liked. It shattered loudly against the tile. He swore, sharp and sudden, and then his eyes flew to me, braced for a reaction. I swept the shards into a dustpan. "It's fine," I said. But it was the silence before the words that he heard. That night, in the dark, he turned toward me. "I don't know what you're thinking anymore," he whispered. Not accusing, just tired. I felt the sentence rise. "I am thinking that I am drifting from you, and I don't know how to swim back." It sat in my throat, solid and painful, like a stone. I said nothing. The stone became part of the landscape. Over time, silence took more than it gave back. I lost the thread of my own opinions. In meetings, my ideas dissolved before they were fully formed, like mist burned off by morning light. I nodded along, I agreed, I deferred. Disagreement felt too loud, too disruptive, like slamming a door in a house built of glass. I lost arguments I never had. I allowed lines to be crossed because saying no felt violent in my quiet world. Each unsaid boundary reinforced the walls I lived behind. I watched friendships thin out, not from conflict, but from neglect. Silence requires maintenance. It drains others first. Conversations became one-sided, then infrequent, then non-existent. I told myself this was natural. People drift, life gets busy. But I knew better. My silence, once a garden where I could hide, had grown walls, smooth, high. Inside it was safe and sterile. I could hear life on the other side, laughter, disagreements, messy, beautiful noise. But I was only a listener now, a witness. The quiet ate my voice, and then it began to eat everything else. The understanding did not arrive as a storm. There was no breakdown, no confrontation that cracked everything open. It came like a slow sunrise, cold, clear, unavoidable. Silence did not betray me. It answered my call. It came when I was young and afraid, and it did exactly what I asked of it. It kept me safe. It reduced the damage. It minimized exposure. It helped me survive. But the contract I made as a child had no expiration date, and I forgot to amend the terms. The danger passed. The silence stayed. Protection became perimeter. Shelter became cell. I could see the mechanism now. Simple, efficient, brutal, and entirely of my own design. This morning he mentioned the broken dish again, a joke about his clumsiness. He stood at the sink, his back to me, humming softly. The old silence settled around my shoulders, familiar as a worn coat. I took a breath. It felt different, not deeper, just intentional. I opened my mouth. Air moved past my lips, carrying a sound that was almost a word. It was just a sigh, really, small, fragile. He didn't hear it. He was already rinsing the mug, already humming. But I did, and for the first time in a long while, the silence didn't feel like home. It felt like something I might someday leave.